Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3. Hi, and welcome to City Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast. I'm once again joined by my fellow Strandies, Philip Gilfus and Daniel Prue. I've been doing I actually saw Starfleet uniforms this week, so I will start with my Trek of the week. I went to WonderCon this last weekend. It was full of wonder. And I brought my K2SO droid, and that was a lot of fun. My legs are very, very tired from walking around in him all day. But I met up with friends of the network, Will Wynn and Aaron Harvey, who were also dressed in Star Trek, their Star Trek uniforms. I got to try on Will's Geordie's visor. I looked awesome, almost enough to get a gold shirt. And but it was fun. It was fun catching up with them a little bit. And
did you do
seeing a lot of Star Trek around?
Did you say it's not very stylish, though, is it? Have you ever considered a prosthesis of some sort?
As Char and Tristan talked about in their rewrite of Generations, I then smashed it on the ground so that it could stop transmitting the shield frequency. Will didn't really get that, so he was really upset. But it's okay. I think we'll be all right. But yeah, I saw actually a lot of Trek costumes. I saw a lot of Mirror Universe Discovery costumes. I saw a Captain Killy, and another just like kind of generic officer, and they looked really awesome. I mean, it's obviously a costume that resonates with people.
I could totally see it being popular for cosplay. It kind of lends itself to it almost. Darren, my question for you though is, did you put a comm badge on K2SO? And if not, when will you do that? You should do that soon.
I did have some magnets on K2SO, but it was to hold his other droid on his shoulder. Because when your droid gets his own droid, that's when you know you got problems. Or maybe you're taking cosplay too deep. I don't know. One or the other. But no comm badge yet.
Well, I could see that you were annoyed and he was a droid.
But
just Guinan, stop. Was it Guinan that said that line?
Yes, very well, very good.
Jeez, it still wasn't good, but that's all right. But have you started your alphabetical rewatch?
Yes, we were
Daniel?
looking forward to this.
I did. I watched 11001001. I actually started it last night and finished it this morning. And
because you knew we were recording today.
Because I knew we were recording today. Yeah, that's part of the reason. It's motivation, right? So tiny mini review.
Some would call it peer pressure, but we'll go with motivation.
Tiny mini review. It is early TNG, but it's good early TNG. Lots of.
It's a mystery.
Early holodeck
shots of the Enterprise.
The problem,
boy, it would really help if they had like a computer specialist or something in that episode.
Don't get me going.
I mean,
what I don't remember, like from watching it this time, what really popped out in my head was how almost creepy it is. Like Riker's sort of
minuet.
Like how like the establishing shots where he's just like staring at her and like falling in love. Like it's a little longer than it needs to be. So it's a little weird, but it's a good episode.
Then Picard shows up and it's even weirder.
She's so remarkable, number one.
And he stays there for hours.
Well, he does. I better get back to my ship, I guess.
He's like, oh, sorry, Captain. I wasn't quite done like customizing what I wanted in this woman, so it's a little awkward. And you're standing here, and I'm like, no, a different kind of haircut. No, this isn't quite what. It's like, okay, come on, Riker.
He does finally get the hint, but it's a long time after he probably should have left. But
at the end, he's like, who's the captain, number one? Who can do whatever he wants?
Well, we do get the little... Isn't that the one where at the end, he says, computer stop self-destruct, and do you comply? Yes, I do. Yes. And Captain Picard's
wholeheartedly.
like... a simple yes would have done, number one.
Once would have done. I actually don't think that's this episode.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I don't think it is, but I could be wrong.
I know it does have a self-destruct.
It does, yeah.
In it,
yep.
but-
And he's like, Captain Picard is like, this is the one command I gave that we have to be in 100% total agreement on. And
Right, because that always
Yeah.
is how it was done later on.
good solid episode. So next week is going to be 11:59.
So do you give it a 1 or a 0?
I would give it a 1 and a 0 and
okay.
really make it explode. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, so what's next week? I'm sorry.
11:59 is next
11.
week.
All right.
Yep.
I know you're going to love it because an ancestor of a character is played by the same.
That's why there's a lot of reasons I dislike that episode.
This was made for Daniel. I mean,
it's a lot. I mean,
few things are.
I'm very split on that episode, but I'll have more thoughts next week. A little mini review for you guys next week.
Yay. Now, I think my trek that I've been doing, because I keep thinking, like, I'm not doing anything, but I'm doing Star Trek Online.
Ooh.
I'll sit with it with a couple of hours. I was going to say it goes fast. Sometimes it doesn't, because I'm someone who usually likes the story, but I admit hitting the next button a lot, because it's like, okay, it's just going to be me pressing the space button with weapons for this one, so choom, 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 choom.
You mean the shift button, right, Philip?
But yeah, so right now, I don't know, a lot of it is kind of stuff I remember, because I know they're always updating stuff for every season, but I'm sort of still, I don't know what you call this phase, character building. I don't know, I'm all the way up to Commander. I think I'm midway through my Commander rank, but it's kind of just still the same old stuff I remember. So, which, I mean, not that it's bad, but it's like stuff I've done for the past 3 years on Star Trek Online, building a new character. But anyway, it is cool.
Yeah, you were talking about that, like, the downside is the new stuff is built for people who have completed all the old stuff, so you kind of have to churn through it to get to it.
I think once you get to Admiral level, you get to play a lot more. Which it
Yeah,
doesn't take, admittedly, that long, but,
All that stuff is late game content, I think. And in fact, they just announced, I think last week, that
the Deep Space Nine one.
some new Deep Space Nine content. The trailer had Martog saying things about honor and blah 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 blah. So interesting,
I can't picture that at all.
No, I know,
Okay.
believe it or not, but so there's new stuff coming all the time. I'm gonna hop on that bandwagon soon, I think, for sure.
Yeah, because I've been playing. Because there's this actually an interesting storyline where you detect a temporal anomaly, and it changes the reality, and suddenly you're like a freighter captain, and you end up meeting Tasha Yar, and it was voiced by Denise Crosby. And it's a whole sort of Enterprise C sort of had another incident of where it messed up time. But it was cool because you could sort of rescue the Enterprise C, and then you get to play as the Enterprise C, or at least an Ambassador-class ship. And so I've been playing that for now as my de facto ship. So it's a pretty cool ship, which we might get into in this episode.
Yeah, no, it's actually that's fun though that we've actually all had something Star Trek related. Usually we're like, actually not this week, or Discovery's been offline. So, but today as we're continuing our time here on SETI Alpha 3, I wanted to talk about starships. What does Darren need with a starship? But
are we finally ranking nacelles, Darren? A whole show about ranking nacelles, because I'm all on board.
I feel a lot of them are going to be tied for 2.
But what I wanted us to do is pick ships that we wanted to serve on, but I've had the stipulation that they can't be like the hero ship or the main ship. So like you can't pick the USS Voyager or any of the Enterprises or the Defiant.
Now you can't pick any of the
like
Enterprises or just the main ships.
Okay, the main main ships, like maybe Enterprise C you could get away with.
Or J, maybe.
Or B.
Or a J. I mean, that one had a movie.
Or the ring ship.
I mean, it had half a movie, and then we don't know what happened to it. So, I don't know. We could... Anyway, sorry. Your rules.
I don't want you to start some sort of Enterprise incident.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's true. But, no, but the main point being that we should try to think of other ships that... we know, at least in passing, maybe we knew it had a particular adventure or it was in a scene, but it's not one that's crewed by our intrepid crews. You know what I mean?
That would just be the Voyager.
Yes, yeah. So no Voyager whatsoever. So this one I did give to you guys earlier because I figured that would take a little bit of thinking, and hopefully you've had time, maybe in different time and space, Philip, if you needed it. To
Right. I mean, it's not like we just asked you what the topic was 2 hours ago or something.
No.
That would never.
That was 2 hours.
That would never
ago.
happen here on SETI Alpha 3. No.
But well, that's great. So Philip, let's start with you then.
Sure.
What is one ship that it's the end of Starfleet Academy? Maybe someone's attacking the Federation, as it often is, and you are racing to your shuttle to not go to the Enterprise. Your final test score.
Wait. Is the only reason you're not posting me on the Enterprise because of our relationship? I'm the best damn officer there is, Darren, and I belong on that ship.
Actually, it just warped away to Vulcan, which will take about 3 minutes. So, unfortunately, it is not available at this time.
You
time.
Pointy-eared son of a. Okay. Well, it's easy. And I think it's obvious, being a big TNG fan, that my first pick is the good ship Lollipop.
That does follow my criteria. So
No. I'm kidding, of course. This is going to be a little.
Could you tell me about the armament of the Philip? How many crew are aboard? Where is it stationed? When did it leave space dock?
It's a good ship. This is going to be kind of a we don't know a lot about it, but I'd be interested in it just to play with it a little bit, and that'd be because I think I'd like the captain, the USS Stargazer.
Okay.
No, because it's not going to be the fresh off. It's not like one of these new ships, of course. No matter what time period you're in. Captain Picard tells us it's this old ship about to fall apart any moment. Underpowered, but we never really talk about what its kind of mission it has. But it has Captain Picard, so it's got to be interesting. And even a younger Captain Picard, right? So it'd be interesting if he was different or not. So that would be my selection.
Now, would you go for the one with the Ferengi Mind Probe upgrade or not?
The ghosts or the not space ghosts?
Yeah.
Or the regular colored one?
Space Ghost Coast to Coast, now live on the Stargazer.
And would I go with regular color or yellow model color? So, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, it had been out in space so long it oxidized.
It's
the
Statue of Liberty of space.
Yeah, oh, gosh. Wait, so it's going to defend New York against the ghosts and go Star Trek 2?
It did live again, and it's in that episode. So
I wonder whatever happened to it.
Let's see. It got towed back, right?
Yeah,
that's true. He didn't destroy it because
he just
wasn't it Data who came over who beat the Picard maneuver?
No, it was Riker. Yeah. You would imagine that it basically had the same fate the Galactica had in the beginning of the reboot of Galactica, where it was like a living museum sort of thing, right? Like they just.
So they have to dust off the Stargazer to fight in the Battle of Wolf 359. It doesn't go very well.
Well, you know what? I feel like it could be the lead ship on the Mars Defense Perimeter.
It's like.
Those Mars Defense.
It just so happens that the Starship Museum is on Mars. So
those Mars Defense Perimeter guys, everybody else sees this old ship coming in. They're all like, "Oh, that's nothing." The Mars guys are like, "Yes, we got a new ship."
They're like, look, due to non-currency budget cuts, we can't have new ships, and so we literally just got to pick from the pile. Okay, it's the leftover pile, and we're gonna see if the Stargazer can work.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting because we do. I mean, it was. I don't know what the bridge was. Was it the battle bridge redressed?
I think it was a redress. It only had like one center console in the front, and it felt very small. Yeah. And it had some of the old like Star Trek II round graphics on the back panels.
So it'd be cool. Bit of a throwback, but you're still in the 24th century. And like I said, you still have Captain Picard. So yeah.
And the Ghosts did have modern, like full color. I guess like it wasn't the maroon.
Well, and if Jack Crusher might still be serving on there, depending on when you served. So.
Oh yeah,
that's true. Yeah, it's more kind of like the Rachel Garrett. No, because Rachel Garrett, did she have the maroons on?
Yeah, she did. I think it was like sans belt or some subtle thing.
Yeah, there was no belts. And
they had no undershirt. They didn't have the
no
turtleneck
collar
underneath.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So how could you tell them apart? Because that turtleneck color was vital to that specific.
They kept those ships warmer, as things went on.
All right, Daniel, you have been thrown through time and or space to, well, maybe both, to pick your billing on the USS.
So I'm cheating here. I start by cheating. My list is started by cheating. So the problem, it's an interesting premise, Darren. What ship would you like to be on other than the lead ships? As I, thought about it and started looking things up and read about it,
10 minutes ago. Got it. Okay.
it turns out that we hear about a lot of other ships, but we hear about them because something terrible, terrible, and awful happens to them. So you would not want to.
So no
serve
Melbourne is what I'm hearing.
Yes. No Melbourne, no Yamato, no. You don't want to serve on the Kobayashi Maru. Is all I'm saying.
The Tolstoy.
Yeah. So.
The Kushu.
Yeah, even technically the Stargazer, although it's 20 years into its service or however long it is, it ends on a tragedy. So
Pegasus,
lots of ships. So I was trying to think of, just in that terms, the safest, best place you'd want to be stationed, and it's a little bit of a cheat. But
you sound like a Deck 49 kind of guy. Like I want to be at the very bottom of the safest ship. I want to just look out my porthole and do nothing.
Are you just gonna be like in that transporter room with Lieutenant or Commander Uhura in like Star Trek 3?
If you're asking
Captain Adventure.
If you're asking me where I'd want to be stationed realistically because I'm in the least amount of danger.
You are a Starfleet officer in this scenario, Daniel.
Yeah.
My answer is going to be Starbase 001, and that's where I would like to be. Because
so Earth space dock.
Yes.
Space dock, yeah. So I can just be totally fine. Nothing bad.
You say
can
that.
happen.
There were 2 Borg excursions at Sector 001.
And a space probe that killed the power to the entire space
And
dock.
there was the time the Breen attacked Earth.
Yes, but space dock, and that has always been okay. As far as I know, I'm sure there's been casualties and stuff like that. But think about it. If you're on a spaceship, that happens to you every week. If you're on space dock, it happens every 3 or 4 season finales. So it's still the safest place that you can be stationed.
Now,
So
would you just be doing the IT at Space Dock? Because I mean,
Yes.
I can't imagine they do a lot of science-y stuff.
No, he'd be upgrading the doors to be bigger, to fit the bigger class of stars.
Well, the more they fancy up the wiring.
He's like, look, guys, I got a great idea. So we 3D printed this space dock. So we're just going to change the scale about 30% bigger and just reprint all the parts. I mean, sure, the corridors will be 20 feet tall, but we'll fit our starships with no problem. No problem.
Think of how cushy that job is, though. I mean, you can beam down to Earth for lunch, and like you can
but like Philip said, what role would you want?
Whatever, man. Like,
would you want to be the guy who pushes the button and opens the doors? Because I mean, that guy's got a pretty good job right there.
He does. You know what? Actually, that's a great idea, Darren. That's the job I want.
So at the end, when Kirk is stealing the Enterprise, and you just got your thumb held on the emergency override, no, you're like, haha, good try, Captain Kirk, and then Scotty overrides it, and you're like, oh, I'm so fired from my non-monetary, or actually at the end, you're like, I am doing my job. But the starship is about to crash into the side of the interior,
which is going to kill an awful lot
of
of people on both sides of it. Yeah,
that cannot be good. Nacelle first into the wall. just gonna say that. So you you could also go with like Captain of the Excelsior. I mean, he's basically just chilling in the space dock anyway. I mean,
well, they've been through a few captains.
That's true. All right. So I went to a ship out of time and space. I am going to serve under our fearless captain on the USS Bozeman.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say Bozeman.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not predictable to like the nth degree.
Like it happens over and over again.
Yeah. But I mean, one, I like the Miranda class, which I know it's not, but I mean, it's the Miranda class with giant weapon ports all over it.
It's the war machine to the USS Reliant.
Now I just see Captain Batesman showing up to Kirk. Kirk, I'm just taking this this ship. You just try to stop me. The Federation needs it. And then he brings it into space dock, and then the Justin Hammer of Starfleet
of Utopia Planitia.
You know who the Justin Hammer of Utopia Planitia would be, right? It's totally that guy from the most toys.
Oh god!
Oh gosh!
He would have so many guns.
I have one of these and some of these, and I got like 3 of these giant gun. Like you put them on like a space defense wall, but let's just bolt one here, and here, and here to be safe. So yeah, but I mean, we do get a little more story of the Bozeman, from its border cutter days, with clamps. Apparently, it liked to clamp onto ships and tow them rather than waste a tractor beam. That didn't quite make sense to me, but
so it's the tugboat of the fleet.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, with guns,
right?
In case you don't do what you're supposed to do.
How do you feel about the whole getting flung into the future and everybody that you know and love is dead?
I mean, I would love to get flung into the Star Trek future. So I mean, that's just.
But you're already serving in the Star Trek future.
That's true.
It's into the future.
That would be. I don't know. What's worse? I mean, that's a whole episode. Like getting flung into the past or into the future.
I would rather be flung into the future. I think.
Yeah, future.
Especially if it's the Star Trek future. Yeah.
It's like then you don't have to worry about messing anything up. Like
Yep.
you could lecture about history for like a meal ticket, and no one make gobs.
You don't need money, Darren.
You would
I'm
be
tired
guaranteed a
of you
job.
talking about the economics. This is all right. Well, Philip, did you come up with any other options besides the Stargazer?
Yeah, it would be, and I can either go with the name or without the name. Doesn't matter to me. But I'm picking like I said before, the Ambassador class starship. We can go Enterprise C, or if that doesn't fit into your rules, man, we can go with just a regular Ambassador class ship to be named later.
We could go with the Enterprise C.
Okay, cool.
That is fine.
Well, what if we did the Ambassador? Presumably that there was one,
I'm sure
right?
who knows what happened to it. But yeah, just because it's to me, and I know it's controversial, but I think personally it's a cool looking ship, though it does confuse me.
I think it's a great looking ship.
Yeah, but it does confuse me because I think there's like 3 different versions of it. I go with the yesterday's Enterprise C on screen, not the model, not the Eagle Moss modified version, just the regular old plain tomato soup Enterprise C.
No bloody D, B, A.
Yeah, there's definitely a C.
Just C.
Yeah, and I also think it's an unexplored time because it's early 24th century, I guess, and we don't really. I mean, it's kind of a gap in Star Trek history. You sort of have the Enterprise A, B era. Excelsior, sort of that era, and then the nothing, Enterprise D, and so it's a good 50 years or something of unexplored.
It's almost like there's a generation in between,
or 2 or 3, really. Yes, yeah.
Well, that's the other thing if you think about it, though, because I mean we know when the Enterprise C is destroyed, and then the Enterprise D is the next Enterprise, but there's a gap of years where you don't have an Enterprise.
Wait, we don't know when the B was destroyed.
No, sorry. I'm saying the C was destroyed because the C was right before the D.
Yeah, it wasn't just like.
But I know it wasn't. Yeah. We can't all be like the Enterprise A. Well, we just happen to have a ship
right
here,
that's
ready
the problem.
to go.
They're used to Enterprises being destroyed, and the crew still being alive, and you have to then give them another Enterprise. But when the C was destroyed, there's no captain or crew. You're like, do we do another one? Or, we haven't done this in a while. What do we do?
So the Enterprise C was destroyed in 2344, and the Enterprise D was launched. Not E. I think it was the 2360s because Star Trek was 100 years after Kirk's time,
right?
Which was also in the 60s.
Now, while Darren looks that up, Philip, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
A brand new question I haven't asked tonight.
Okay.
How do you feel about getting flung into the future if you're going to be serving on board the Enterprise C?
And then going back into the past to die? Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
So, but briefly, hopefully everything that happened before that was pretty cool. It's not like my first day on the Enterprise C and then it gets, attacked by Romulans and then flung back again and then blown up. That would be terrible.
Like you're the intern?
Yeah.
Assistant to Shooter McGavin?
Yeah, so it's showing that the Enterprise D, I believe, was launched in 2364. So that's
20,
Yeah, that's 20 years.
Almost a
with no
generation.
Enterprise. Yeah. The previous next generation.
So to combine the two things that you guys are talking about, right? Because there's got to be like not a statute of limitations, but like a time limit. Like, imagine if they didn't wait 20 years to give to commission a new Bozeman, and then the Bozeman came out 40 years later. There would be two Bozemans, and how awkward would that be?
Well,
so you got to think that there's a time limit where they say, "Oh, the ship is lost. It's probably not going to come out of time at this point."
I mean, there was that awkward moment that we didn't see in season 8 of Voyager, where they already made the Voyager A, and so.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Although the Enterprise is different, though, in the fact that I get the feeling like they reuse names, like it's not a big thing for them to reuse like the Bellerophon or the Lexington. Like we see two Lexingtons, like one has a 17, and the Defiant. So, but the Enterprise, that's the only one where they're like, that's special. We're going to keep the original registry number and just add letters.
Right.
That's true. Have we ever seen
gets that
a canon unscreened letter registry that's not Enterprise?
No, we haven't. I'm looking through like the list, and I see like, there's like there's like two constellations. There's Carolina, Miramax, Lexington, Excaliburs, and all those have like a 4-digit and then like a 5-digit registry number. So
you guys are forgetting about the Discovery D, which we encountered in TNG. Oh wait, no, that's.
Well, I mean, it's such a storied starship. Of course, you'd keep that name. All of the adventures we know about. But yeah. And when was the Bozeman? Like, when was it around? Like, would it be the same time as the Enterprise C, or was it before or after, or is it like made up?
Bozeman was active in 2373. Oh wait, 2373 active. That's when it showed up in our time.
Yeah,
never mind. 2278.
So that's more Kirk's time. That's way
more
closer.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Daniel, you have your second pick.
I do, and it's one that I'm very surprised that you did not pick, Philip. Maybe it's your third choice or not. But so I went for the safe choice for number 1.
Right.
Number 2 is my wild and wacky crazy pick for fun adventures. And I would love to serve on the USS.
Your first pick was Space Dock.
Exactly. It's super safe. Yeah.
Okay. So
the vanilla ice cream of Starfleet choices.
So my next choice is the USS Relativity. Because you can, imagine the shenanigans you can get in on there. It's almost like you could build a whole other franchise about this sort of thing.
You could fire your boss for things he hasn't even done yet.
I hated that guy.
Yeah, it's
people through time.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what their mission is, and I get it. You're basically cleaning up any temporal excursions, but there's no chill jobs. There's no mapping missions. There's no, let's look at this pulsar. It's always like crisis aboard.
Well, not really. Everything's a chill job when you have a time machine. Mm-hmm. You'd be like, let's all take a nap. It seems like there's 2 weeks.
There's like 2 class of people for the Department of Temporal Investigations, DTI. It's either boring office interview guy or gotta beam a spec ops team through time guy.
Yeah, but
there's no middle
Yeah,
ground.
Look at how many times it took, how many 7s of 9s they had to go through to get that one mission done. So,
It's pretty cushy for the crew, though, because they don't really get involved very often. So, you're just sitting in there in your little time machine, and you're just like, hey, something's not right. We'll send someone in to fix it. There you go. That's easy.
So are they the IT help guys of Starfleet? Have you tried?
Have you tried rebooting your timeline?
The USS Relativity has a registry of NCV. Yeah, they don't really say.
V stands for 5. It's a time reference.
Yes. NCV, and then it's got 6 digits, and then G. Because they're just like, whatever. We're just gonna.
Well, it's all relative.
Many things.
It is all relative, exactly. Yeah.
Now, didn't it? Because I know it's very inconsistent. Wasn't the relativity? Didn't it blow up in Future's End? But then it was not blown up. We've seen it at different sizes, haven't we? Because I felt like it was almost like just the captain at the beginning in Future's End Voyager. But then when we saw it in later Voyager, it seemed like a whole ship, or I don't know.
I mean, there was definitely a whole ship in the one episode with the 7.
Yeah.
There's a whole crew and everything. I don't remember how it worked before that.
Oh, well. But anyway, okay, yeah. The time ship relativity.
Time ship, you can beam anyone, anywhere. You know, that's pretty powerful. Yes, I mean, it's a 29th century ship. Like, that's pretty dang far.
Is it close to... When is the... I think... Is the J a 31st century ship, I want to say? Or...
No.
I can't remember.
Let's find out. The J is 26th century.
Oh,
It's
interesting. So
farther in the
relativity is further in the future than the J.
But I also get the feeling like it could just be an earlier ship that just parks itself in the 29th century because that's so far in the future, and then they just beam people from there.
It's a way station. It's basically the space dock of the time ship, of the time fleet.
The time fleet. It sounds so silly. Darren, do you have anything else? Do you have any other ideas?
I did have another one. I wanted to go with a nice classic. It's an Excelsior design, but I thought it'd be interesting to serve, like you, Daniel, close to home on the USS Lakota, which is the
modified Excelsior.
The modified Excelsior that we see go up against the Defiant to try to be great Federation citizens and shoot down our own people as they try to approach Earth. I mean,
well, you know, it has Geordie's girlfriend as the captain, so.
Did it?
Yeah, she was playing.
I think it was the same actor.
Yeah, she was playing another role.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. No, the same actress, but different character.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, I guess if you want to be on a rusty old thing when you could be on Starbase, but that's cool.
Well, it is.
Look, she chose to stand down. I mean, she could have totally taken out that overpowered piece of junk.
You know, a little David and Goliath going on there. Yeah, I actually do like the modified B, but, you know, it is one of those things of when you do a prequel, which is that generation scene, and then have to be like, no, it was there the whole time. I'm like, really? Because every other Excelsior we've seen looks like the Excelsior, not like the modified Enterprise B. But okay, sure. The Lakota design has been there for 100 years. Sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, at least they don't have like Constitution ships flying around. But you would kind of think ambassador classes are kind of getting a little long in the tooth by the Sovereign era. You know. Like, we really shouldn't be seeing... Although that's true, like, in the big battles, like with the Borg and stuff, by then, we don't really see Excelsior classes zipping around. Yeah. They're busy, like, taking ambassadors' places.
But we do see...
Which is weird, because we have ambassador-class ships. You think they would be the ones taking ambassador ships.
I knew it was a mistake to call them ambassador classes from the get-go. It was going to pigeonhole it into a type.
Or with the Sovereign classes, you can only take royalty, so...
Were you saying that you saw we did see Excelsiors somewhere?
Oh, I was going to say you do see Reliant classes. Is it Reliant? I can't remember.
Miranda.
Class. Miranda, thank you.
Miranda class.
You do see Miranda classes in those shots, so you know.
Well, by that time,
that for what it's worth.
The war isn't going well, so they basically have gone to the Mars Defense Fleet and seen what they have in the mothballs there. Those are all museum ships.
I imagine none of us picked the Mars Defense Perimeter for our imaginary tour of duty.
It's still too soon, Daniel. It's too soon.
Or not soon enough, possibly.
Oh, but yeah. So I have the Lakota. So
that's cool. That's a good pick. That's that's out of left field pick. I would have never thought of that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's. I mean, we know it, but it's also not like a ship. We see it in like one episode, maybe two, at the most.
And it's interesting because, and I can't remember her character's name, but like she was literally just promoted. Like you see her as a commander at the beginning of the episode, and then the evil admiral gives her another pip, and then she's a captain. So she's a fresh captain there in the Lakota.
Yeah, I mean, you're involved in a coup d'état for control of the Federation. So yeah, Captain Erica Bentine, not Leah Braun.
So she's going to be in the interactive computer game of this, not Leah Brahms on the Starship Lakota.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those things I didn't. Maybe because her hair is back, but I didn't as much notice that it was the same actress until I thought about it a while. But yeah, I like that option. All right, Philip, what's another option?
Sure.
For your deployment.
Now this is going to be somewhat non-canon, so you can feel free to tell me it's not allowed. But just to see what it's like, I'm going to go with the modified NX design. So that is the NX-01 or NX-02 or whatever number it would be on by the time it gets modified. The Doug Drexler design of where it gets the engineering hull. And so
the NX-02 is the Columbia.
Yeah,
so it would not be the NX-02.
Yeah, I doubt it's the 3 or the 4 either. I don't know when it comes along finally, but anyway.
But
yes,
I know what you mean. It's got the dual hull.
So what's a good shuttle name? They're all named after shuttles, Darren. What would be a good shuttle name I should name this?
It could be
that's not
Challenger.
Well, yeah, I was hoping one that had a
Discovery.
No. I'm not serving on Discovery.
Well, it's Enterprise, Discovery, Challenger,
Columbia.
Endeavor.
That's it.
It could be the Endeavor.
Endeavor. We're going with that.
Oh,
so
it could be the Endeavor.
This will be the
that's
Endeavor. Nothing against the Challenger, but I just, it's be like serving on a ship called the Titanic. You'd be like, okay, I'm sure it'll be fine. But so on the Endeavor, so the modified NX-01, so you have an engineering hull. So, hopefully technology's improved a little bit than we saw in Enterprise. You get a little bit more power. Maybe even goes to like warp 6 or 7. Who knows? And, so we're still inching towards the Constitution design, but it'd be cool to play around with.
Yeah, no, it's...
You get your last name on your uniform, probably by that point. So,
But yeah, it is interesting, like you said, Daniel. Like as you start to work through the list, you have other ones like the Saratoga. It's like, okay, but we know that's not gonna go as well.
It's not gonna end well for the people on that.
You either have the Saratoga with the whale probe, or you have the Saratoga with the Borg invasion. Like, both don't do as well. Although I don't know if that's supposed to be the exact same ship.
I'm sure not, or I would hope not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm looking in the registry list, and it's showing like 2 different registries.
Another an interesting show would be the mirror opposite. Which ship would you least like to serve on? Which terrible, terrible disaster would be the worst to be involved in?
Pegasus.
Yeah,
I don't
Pegasus would be up
materialized in rock or something.
There'd be plenty of candidates, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Any others on your list? Or did we just?
Yeah, we just did me.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Yeah,
that's my turn. I have a good one.
Daniel, your turn. Okay.
I'd like to serve on the Prometheus. I think that'd be pretty cool and fun.
Ooh, which part?
The split ship.
I would stick with the middle part.
Okay.
Because it's got the warp drive, so you can get out of any.
You don't want the little single teeny nacelle that sticks up at the top.
I liked that ship. That was cool, and we never really that design. I guess it was probably an NX. Was it?
Yeah, it was. It was an NX.
It was an NX.
All right, okay, cool.
It was NX. Well, there's 2 registry numbers. What the heck does that mean?
There's the secret
one's
one.
like 5.
Well, there really should be 3 registry numbers if we're honest.
-1, -2, -3.
Yeah, what would you call it? Because there's the star drive or the battle section, and then the saucer section for when the ship separates.
Remember,
so if it goes into thirds, what do you call each one?
Well, remember, like in the registry numbers for like the Enterprise D shuttles, it says of USS Enterprise 1701D, and then I think it says -1 or /1 or something like that. But yeah, I agree with you, Daniel. I'd go for the middle one because that one looks the most like an actual ship.
Yeah, it's got all the good bits.
Well, like the bottom one is, I'm sorry, it looks like you're trimming a tree or something and you just went along the top. It's perfectly flat, and I'm like, really? That's okay.
I don't know. I'm not a tactician. I don't know everything there is to know, but I would imagine you would use that very little in actual situation, like the D, like
the multi-vector assault mode.
Yeah, exactly. We saw 7 years on the Enterprise, and we had saucer separation 3 times. I think twice or 3 times. Pilot.
You mean
if
if you're counting
Enterprise
generations, it may get up to 4.
Okay, so 4 times.
It actually happened a couple.
It
of
was the
times.
pilot.
Yeah.
It was the one with Geordi in command.
Yep.
It was Generations, of course, and then of course Best of Both Worlds.
Best of both worlds. Okay, so in 8 years, then, if we're counting Generations, we saw 4 separations. So it's not something that happens super often, anyways. So if you think of the ship as a whole, then it's not, it's not anything more significant than it would have been out in the D. But I actually just like the design a lot. I thought it was really cool.
It's a warship, isn't it? Kind of.
It was built to fight the
Borg or Dominion?
The Dominion, I think. I thought it was the Dominion. I'm pretty sure Andy Dick says it's built to fight the Dominion.
Okay.
But I could be wrong about that.
So, I feel like they'd be separating a lot during the Dominion War. And then what happens if one part gets destroyed?
You go back to Starbase 001 and get a replacement, obviously.
It reminds me of Darren, I know, with battle bots, where you'll have some people who will have some other tiny bots that they'll sometimes use, or even like a little flying drone or something sometimes. So
Yeah, I was just glancing at, trying to see if there was a comprehensive list of Enterprise D saucer separations. They mention it a lot, like, oh, we should do that, and then usually Picard's like, oh, I think it's a little premature to do that at this time, number one.
I'd rather not. 'Tis a silly thing.
Tis a silly thing, which I guess the Enterprise does move a little quicker, the star drive section by itself, but I don't know. We might need the energy from the impulse drives, on the saucer, so you never know if you want to take that risk. But but Prometheus is a good. I mean, it's a. I'm not gonna say gimmick, but it's definitely like, let's just take saucer separation to its logical conclusion.
Well, I think there was
logical.
Some guy over at Topio Phoenicia who was going through the old sort of the ancient media and discovered Voltron, and he's like, wait a minute.
Or Power Rangers.
Right. Yeah. I know the answer, but I wish we had seen it again, because then it leads me to believe like it didn't work, like the experiment that didn't work, because you never see it again.
Well, to be fair, we don't. Technically, that is the most advanced ship that we see in Star Trek. I mean, that's like a prototype in late Voyager time. Mm-hmm. We don't know what becomes of it.
Well, you never seen any of the Dominion War. I don't know if Deep Space Nine was still on by then or not.
What season?
Well, it had to have been, because it wouldn't have been, peace yet. So
what was the episode called?
I can't remember.
Okay, that's okay. Somebody will correct us, I'm sure. Darren, what about your last pick? What would you pick?
Well, the last one, it's again used in a single episode. I wanted to go with the Sutherland. I think it's a Nova class. Yeah, Nebula class. Sorry, Nebula class. So it's got the big old dish on top. It looks like the Enterprise E got squished in a trash compactor. But this was the one that Data was given temporary command of when helping in the Klingon Civil War with Geordi's tachyon net. And yeah, I just thought that, I've always liked the Nebula class. Just it's interesting, kind of change, even with like the upside down nacelles on the bottom. I mean, it's basically the Miranda class of the Galaxy class. Like,
yeah, it's a super
the
kit
same
bash, right?
Utopia Planitia. Yeah, the same Utopia Planitia people were like, well, we got all these parts just sitting around. I mean, who needs a big star drive section when we can just bolt this right here and bolt this here? And you realize, Bob, that starships don't have to be aerodynamic, like, at all.
Do you think that it has a saucer separation?
Yeah, from what? Like, just send the warp nacelles?
You just drop the nacelles and then shoot off the engineering hull.
It's also the ship that picks up the crew from the Enterprise in Generations.
What's the Farragut?
Well. Farragut actually was going to be my fourth choice.
But that's a doomed ship, Daniel.
Which version of the Farragut is doomed?
All of them?
Because we have different... No, that's not true, right? Oh, well, actually, that is true. Yep, sorry. Okay, never mind. I rescind my point. Yeah, that ship looks like it has no neck. It's just like...
Yeah, it's basically you take out the neck and then you bolt the nacelles to the bottom of the saucer or something and aim them down. It's like it is literally, because the Miranda at least didn't even have a star drive at all. It was literally just a saucer with like an arch above it. But I do like the Miranda class design. I think it is it's obviously a kit bash, but it feels like something that Starfleet would make with the technology they had already from, the Constitution class, when we need something a little smaller.
Now, what would you be doing on the ship, Darren?
Well, just like my RPG character, I'd probably be running the main shuttle bay, because that's all I really want. I just want to put on that gold shirt and send shuttles out to their deaths as they impact the saucer or the radar piece bolted right behind the main star. I don't know how they do that. Like, you look at the plans and it's got the main shuttle bay on the top of it, just like the Enterprise D, but right behind that is the stalk with the triangle-shaped, whatever extra section. And I'm like, your shuttles are going to run right into that thing as soon as they come out. Maybe they'll put a hole in it and they'll fly through like a stunt. But yeah, well, that was interesting. I was intrigued by some of your choices, Space Dock especially, Daniel.
Now, when you say, I feel like you're saying the word disappointed is what you're saying.
Hey,
no, I'm not disappointed at all. It was one of those thought experiments, but it is interesting to see just what ships do we remember enough to consider, but are not so memorable that it's like, well, that's obviously the main ship.
Now, remember, at some point, we'll do a follow-up. What is the worst ship that you would want to serve on?
We're all very positive on this show. No.
To be fair, there are some ships that experience some pretty terrible...
Well, and that was the other interesting thing that kind of naturally came out of this discussion, is we all kind of assumed we wouldn't be changing any of the timeline. Like, if you picked the Enterprise C, you know what's happening to the Enterprise C. But, it's so bad that they don't build another Enterprise for 20 years. Mm-hmm. So,
but you don't know when it happened, so you'd still be surprised.
Well, we do. I mean, it's in the... Oh, that's true. Philip, but...
I wouldn't have remembered the year. I would have just been like, okay, is this going to happen next week or next year?
It's 23, something. Yeah. That part doesn't matter.
Did we get any distress signals today? No? Okay. Phew.
Are we near the Klingon border? Nope. Okay, good. How's your Romulan, Philip?
If you cook it good enough.
All right. Well, next week here on City Alpha 3, we're going to be having another great Star Trek discussion, as all our discussions are each and every week here on City Alpha 3. Philip, what are we going to be talking about?
We're going to be focusing on one of the movies. We're going to be talking about Star Trek 6. And, everyone who knows Star Trek 6 it's sort of littered with Shakespeare. And we're kind of be looking at it through the lens of Shakespeare and Star Trek 6. So
wait a minute. There's Shakespeare in Star Trek 6?
Yeah. We'll explain it for you, Daniel.
I haven't. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, you're not. I mean, are you going to make us watch Conscious of the King again, Philip?
Oh, please don't.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to make you. I assume you do it on your own.
But yeah, that should be fun. I'll dust off that version from Picard's ready room that he made sure he saved.
Yeah, he got the Stargazer model and the Shakespeare.
Yeah, only had room in his bag for two things, not that really priceless intact pottery piece. But that's neither here nor there. Well, if someone wanted to pre-talk to you about Shakespeare, Philip, where would they find you?
They can find me on Twitter, where I'm at NC Public Servant. Or if you enjoyed all the time and space references today, you can listen to me on Time and Space, a Doctor Who podcast, which I co-host with my lovely wife here on the Nerd Party Network.
And Daniel, if someone wanted to talk to you about your career in Starbase Intelligence, where would they find you?
They could find me on the Starbase Promenade, or they could find me on Twitter at OneUpDan. That's the number one, not the word.
What's the name of the bar
pretty
on
cool.
on Space Duck?
It's Mark's. It's a ripoff.
It's a pre-ripoff.
It's got to be like a continuation of the 602. So it would be like what is the
602 squared?
What is exactly? What is the? Yeah, I'm okay with that.
There's no place like 001.
The 001 bomb.
Oh wait. So wait. Hold on. Is that why you chose it? Is it because it's Starbase One, like One Up Dan, and you know?
Exactly. Yes,
I see.
Exactly.
Does it have a sign out front and it's like 2 arrows and one says Beta Quadrant that way, and Alpha Quadrant
I would love that if there's a line in the middle of the bar, and one is Alpha Quadrant, one is Beta Quadrant. So, yeah.
We don't discriminate
That would
on
actually be
Starbase 001, Phillips. So you can get that nonsense out of here.
But look, it's the only ship in the quadrant, we need to know which quadrant.
See, that's really the problem important. Is once you go over to a certain area, you're in the Beta Quadrant, and they really don't keep a lot of ships over there, so then you're the only ship in the quadrant.
Oh, so that's the problem. All the parking spaces are in the Beta Quadrant. So technically, there's like a whole fleet there, but they're not in, air quotes, the Alpha Quadrant.
Yes.
Well, if someone wanted to find me on talking Star Trek, Star Wars, or any other sci-fi, they could find me on Twitter or Instagram at Dr. Sci-Fi, DRSCIFI. I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
Stranded here on SETI Alpha 3.